Hi, that's better. So, hi, this is Tanya from Love But Tarot. I was so sorry about that. I did try and do one just a second ago, and for some reason, the live chat wasn't on. And when I do these full moon ones, I always like to see people on live chat. So, I'm just going to give it a couple of minutes to see if everybody comes back. Hopefully, they do. Otherwise, I'm just going to be sitting here by myself. Hello, hi, Jessie, and hi, Cindy. And Adriana. I've got to be really careful about reading the names. Laurie, Jennifer, yeah, everybody's coming in. Sorry about that before. I don't know what happened. It wouldn't allow the chat. Hi, Gemini Princess. Serena Jung. I'm having to read all the names first just to make sure. Right, so thank you. There's people here. Here we go. I couldn't, it wasn't allowing me to see them, Christine, either. So that's why I thought I'd rather try it again. Okay. So, first of all, has everybody looked at my new website? I'm really, really excited with it. And I've been getting a lot of good feedback with it. So thank you so much for that. A lot of new things happening as well. So please make a note, if you are somebody that goes on my website quite a lot, that website is no longer there. So you can contact me on lovebuddhatarot.com. That is the new website, and everything that you need is on there. People have been saying it's very user friendly as well, which is good. So yeah, you love it. Yeah, I do too. I'm really, really proud of it. So that's good. Me too, Jenny. That's funny. That's some of the messages that are coming. Oh, chat's gone off again. Thank you so much for your time and talent. Oh, thank you, Jacqueline. So, right, what I'm going to do tonight, like I do with all of the full moons, I was meant to be going to a circle tonight, and then I've ended up finishing work later, so I'm not going to do it. I thought I'll spend the time with yous instead. So I'm going to go with the energies of this full moon as well and see what this is picking up. Oh, thank you, Amanda. You like the colours and the images. Yeah, I really enjoyed doing the artwork. That's what I originally was. I was an artist. I am an artist. That's what I've got to keep saying. I am an artist, and I really enjoyed being creative again. So that's good. So there's more projects in the pipeline as well with that. So we have the Aries full moon tonight, and the amount of people I've been speaking to who are terrified, they're really, really terrified of it, because it is a massively, massively powerful full moon. It is, without a doubt. Just come on for you, just like you did. Right, okay, Jennifer. It's all about, this is it. I mean, my mum used to say to me, it's not a dress rehearsal, Tanya. You only get one chance. And it's, sometimes we've got to be brave, and sometimes we've got to take a risk. And it's like the fool in the tarot, he jumps off that cliff and he doesn't know where he's going. He doesn't know what lies ahead of him, but he knows that he's got to do that. And like I say, it's been, I was out with friends yesterday, and I fell through a table yesterday as well, which I so wished we got on camera. Anybody who's on my Instagram, that I was just posting a story, and you will, if you've seen it, you will have noticed that there was some crazy writing on it. The crazy writing was literally because it posted as I was falling. So I went to sit on a table, which I thought was solid because it had a blanket over it, and it wasn't, and I went straight through in the middle of a place. So that was the talk of the place yesterday. Everybody thought it was really, really funny. But yeah, I was out with my friends, and there was a few of them were really, really scared about this Aries moon. A lot of anxiety, a lot of restlessness, I think people are feeling. Some people feel that with full moons anyway, but I've been, up until now, fingers crossed, it's been okay. And this is something I want to talk about, because they've been been telling me a lot about it. Now, the thing is with Aries, it's fire, okay? And, what we need to realize is fire is very, very important, okay? Fire can warm us, it can nourish us, it can help us eat, it can do a lot of things, but it can also be very, very destructive. And this is what I feel the energies are for this full moon, the next 2 weeks. So it's a case of having this fire. We all have it within us, okay? but knowing where to put it so that it doesn't get out of control. If you think if we put fire in, I nearly said a cauldron there, which just adds to my, that I'm a witch. And so if we put it in there, it's contained. We can cook on it. We can warm ourselves. It's beautiful to watch. It's, all of that. Fire is fascinating. If we just light a fire on the ground, it could get out of control, the slightest gust of wind, and we could end up with forest fires and things can be burnt to the ground. And this is what I feel we need to keep a check on, okay? Now, like I say, Aries is such a powerful sign, and, it's very, very determined, okay? It's very passionate. It's very like go-getter. But on the opposite side of it, it can be very egotistical. It can be very controlling. It can use its power in the wrong way. It can be quite selfish. It's, we've got all of these. So what we need to do is we need to bring it in, and we need to keep in the middle of this. So use that fire, okay, to sort of fuel our determination rather than cause destruction as well. Okay, this is what we need to do, and we need to be very careful of how we speak to other people as well, because Aries are quite fiery and they can think before they speak. And the thing is, that can actually, it can affect other people. So we really want to if you want to navigate through this full moon in the best way possible, it is responding rather than reacting, okay? Maybe taking a step back rather than taking a step forward, calling people in rather than calling people out, okay? And I feel this is where we're going to have the balance, because we've got to look at what they were saying to me as well is, we've got to look at the masculine and feminine aspects within us. Now, it doesn't matter whether you're male, female, whatever, we all have these masculine and feminine traits, and it's about being a little bit androgynous. It's about being in the middle with them, because if we think feminine is often nurturing, soft, floaty, all of that, caring, and the masculine is practical, logical stuff like that. So they both work well together. But I'm going to talk a bit about other people in a second, but this is about within us. So what they were showing me last night, Spirit, is almost having this pendulum coming down where we are sort of, when neither male nor female, we're just taking on the traits of either of them. So it's mixing that love and emotional side with the practical and logical side, but mixing it in a really, like, it's a 50-50 mix. And this is where we're going to navigate through easier. Because what they were saying as well is there is a huge thing at the moment about masculine and feminine energies. Now, I know a lot of people talk about this with twin flames and everything like that. If that's what you want to hear, I'm not the reader for that, okay? I don't particularly like doing readings on twin flames. I think there's a lot of knowledge out there that is valuable. I think there's a lot of knowledge out there that is baloney as well, and I think a lot of people hold on to this. But what I feel as a whole, when I'm talking about divine masculine, divine feminine, feminine masculine, whatever, is we need to realize that it's all of us that inhabit the world, okay? And a lot of times I feel the masculine is getting a very, very bum deal at the moment. They really are. I mean, we've had this Me Too movement, we've had all of this. And I feel that there are a lot of men out there that desperately need healing. And this is on a whole, this isn't individual people. It is on the whole. I think the male species do need that. And the way for that to happen is for us to step in, the females to step into their feminine role and offer the love, the comfort, the nurture, all of this. Now, I'm saying masculine, feminine. I'm not being gender specific here, okay, before I start getting all of the stuff there, because straight away they said you're going to get in trouble for this. And it's, it's like I say, what matters is that, we are human beings. That's what matters, okay? It doesn't matter, your gender or whatever. I'm using masculine and feminine in the role, okay? people can understand that. So what we need to do is we need to step into this role, okay, of sort of homekeeper. And I'm not saying, be submissive and everything you've worked for and women have died for and all of that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, when we're coming from a loving place, this is where we step into our strength, okay? When we do this, then the masculine can then be the provider, the protector, the stuff like that. Now, it's not, I'm a very independent woman. I've always been like this. Not always by choice, but I always have. And it's like, no, I can carry that. And it's like, yeah, I know you can, but you don't need to. And this is what I'm saying, okay? So it's like saying, yes, we can do things as feminine, when we're embracing our feminine, we can do a lot of things. We are still strong, but sometimes, by us sending out the love and giving a safe space for somebody to be themselves, this can offer healing, and if we look at the time of witches and things like that, we were talking about witches today, and if we look at that time, it was a woman who was rooted, she was a nurturer, she was a carer, she was a healer of sorts, and we're being called to step up and take on our old ways, take on our old sort of skills as healing, because the thing is, we are not going to make progress if we are still segregated. And if you think, in the traditional, it's the male and female come together, as the whole. And this is what we need to do. So it's almost like this marriage of ourselves within ourselves, okay, the masculine and the female. And then we need to do this on a global level as well. Guys are always told, big boys don't cry, man up, grow some balls, all of that. What is going on? You can see that these guys are like, what do I do? I've got these emotions and I don't know what to do with them. I'm feeling bad because I'm emotional, and that is actually a sign of strength. So this is what we need to do, okay? We need to remember our roles and play them, because this is who we are. And when we step in to our true, authentic self without the power struggle, without the ego saying, I don't need you to open that door for me, I can do it myself, without thinking, that was actually a gracious gesture. Thank you for that. That made me feel good. And this is it. It's all just keeping our ego in check. And I feel this Aries moon is, this is what it's about. If you step into your ego, there could be explosions. And this could be quite a dramatic full moon for you, okay? If you step into your soul, okay, and embody every part of you and every part that is the whole, you will get through this easier. Okay, is this making sense how they're saying that? Please switch off my light. Can people see me okay or not? No? Yeah. So I've always had to do myself, Cindy. It may be hard for me to accept, but exactly. And that is it, because this is what, Cindy, I'm so pleased you said that, because I've gone completely off course there. But yeah, it's hard for you to accept help. But then you would, if you're offering something, you would expect it to be offered. So that is, like I say, our ego doesn't always have to be a bad thing, or bad thoughts. It's about if somebody is wanting to help, and your ego will be saying, no, I don't need anybody to do it for me. And I feel you, honestly, I really do, because I'm like that. But this is where we need to check ourselves. And that is a massively, great example of what this moon is bringing in, because it's bringing a lot of old wounds back as well. A lot of old wounds, okay? So where we have felt vulnerable, where we have felt wounded, where we have felt hurt, where we haven't healed, as me as a feminine, and like I say, other people as masculine, my masculine side where it's been hurt, this is all going to be highlighted over this full moon. And this is what we need to be aware of, okay? Because what we can do, we can pour salt on that wound, or we can put a Band-Aid on it. And it's up to us which we choose. Okay, so the ego will want us to stay hurt, because when we are hurt, then we have our barriers up and then we have this protection. And the ego is doing that because it tells us that that will keep us safe. That is not going to keep us safe. That is going to keep us segregated. Okay, so when our soul will go, yeah, you were hurt, but that person standing in front of you was not the person that hurt you. And look at what you learned from that hurt in the past. You know, that hurt was a gift. Okay, so this is where we're really needing to see the bigger picture of things. Okay, so I hope this is making sense to you. Thank you so much for talking about this important topic. I often think about mixed signals men are given. Exactly. And you know what? I have friends of mine and they're so scared. At the weekend, my cousin's daughter had gone out and told her mom she was staying somewhere else, and she's 15 and she's very young. Because I said to my cousin today, yeah, but what were we doing at 15? She went, yes, I know, but she's not us. But you know, times are different now. And you know, there was they'd had a drink, and you know, they were in the town, and it was late. It was about 2:00 in the morning, and this guy had stopped them and said, look, will you phone your parents? You don't need to be here. And I said to my cousin, what a very, very brave man, because a man approaching teenage girls in the middle of the night, he could have got himself into a lot of trouble. But that man was compassionate, and he thought more about the danger these children were in, you know, well, young ladies were in, rather than actually, you know, what could happen to him. But in this day and age, we are so suspicious. And like I say, the male is getting such a hard time. If you listen to people in relationships, you know, they'll say, oh God, he's doing this again. You know, what an idiot he is. Oh, he's just stupid. Oh, he's this. How is that going to make us feel? If we do it, we call that abuse. If somebody is telling us that we're stupid, a female, that we're stupid, and, you know, look at them, they've done that again, that is actually classed as abuse. Yeah, a male, you know, can it call that? You know, is scared to call that, is scared to go down the pub and talk to his friends and say, you know what, I'm feeling really, really hurt because of how I was treated today. You know, we can voice it. We have a voice. Women want to sit and gossip and hear all of this, you know. But like I say, you know, males feel as well, the masculine feels as well. And this is where we need to, you know, we need to give them back their power, because it is us that has taken it away. It is the feminine that has taken it away a lot of times, you know. And I'm not dismissing anybody that has been abused. I'm not saying that all men are like this. There are some absolute arseholes men out there, you know, there are absolute arsehole women. I was once away a few years ago with a group of girls, which is quite strange for me. And we were lying around the pool, and one of them jokingly was